Are you an engineer who's considering whether you should take on people management? In this video, I'm going to lay out some of the factors that you should be considering in making that decision. Hey, how's it going? This is Scruffy Leadership, a YouTube channel about management and leadership aimed particularly at software engineers. My name's Ben, and I've been a leader and a manager in the tech industry in the UK and the US for over 25 years. Before that, I was a software engineer, so I've made the transition from being an engineer to being a manager myself. And I've also helped dozens of other people do it successfully. If you're thinking about becoming a manager, the first thing to do is to ask yourself, why? I seriously recommend you pause this video right now, get out a pen and some paper, and write down the reasons. Maybe you don't know the reasons, in which case, pause the video for even longer and think about it. If you really can't think of any reasons that you want to become a manager, stop watching this video, because the answer to the question this video is about should be obvious. Okay, you have some reasons. Now, take a look at your list and think about whether they're really good reasons for wanting to take this step. This is important. Management is not something to enter into lightly. When you become a manager, you agree to take on responsibility for other people, their careers, and their lives. If you agree to that for the wrong reasons, you may not become such a good manager. So what are the right kinds of reasons? Well, you don't need to be able to tick every single one of these boxes, but I'd expect your list to include things like these. I want to share my knowledge and expertise about the organization I work for. I like to help people grow. I feel comfortable spending less of my time writing code and more of my time talking to people and talking about people. I'm happy to handle difficult situations and have difficult conversations. I like to build teams. I'd like to learn more about managing people and building teams. I'm okay with not being primarily friends with the people in my team. I feel like I've grown as much as I can as an engineer and I'm ready for a new challenge. Okay, maybe you won't have worded them quite like I have, but I'd expect to see things along those lines. In short, I want to manage people because I want to help people grow. Okay, here's a few bad reasons for taking on management. I want to get promoted. I want a pay rise. I want people to respect me. I want to tell people what to do. I want to be able to blame other people when things go wrong. Yeah, I really hope that last one isn't on your list. But seriously, if the others are on the list, that doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't become a manager. But if your list of reasons looks more like this second list than the first list, then maybe you'd want to reconsider. Why is this? Well, the reality is that you can get all of those things, maybe apart from the last couple, in all kinds of other ways. Pay rises, promotions, responsibility, and respect all come with doing a great job as an individual contributor or perhaps as a team leader without taking on management. If you become a manager for these reasons, you'll become one of those managers that cares more about your own success than your reports. And that doesn't work out well. Another red flag is if you don't feel ready to take on the hard stuff. Being a manager is sometimes delightful. You get to praise great people and reward them for their amazing work. But that's always going to be mixed in with the really tough stuff, giving hard feedback, dealing with someone who's really struggling, figuring out how to help team members resolve a dispute. But there's also the little sacrifices. You probably will have less time to spend writing code. And in all honesty, if you start taking on management, there's a pretty high likelihood, depending on the way your organization works, that you'll end up taking on more and more reports. And before too long, you'll find you're not writing code at all. You're spending all day in meetings. And if that sounds like an awful prospect to you, again, it doesn't mean management can't possibly work for you. It is possible to balance writing code with being a manager, but you should be really clear with everyone up front that that's what you want and that that's the kind of manager you plan to be. And in that case, you need to make a commitment that you're going to put your report's needs above technical matters. You can't say no to a report who needs an urgent one-to-one with you because you're deep in the depths of some super tricky bug. And speaking of one-to-ones, if you want tips on how to make the most of them, check out this video here. And if you found the tips in this video useful, please do subscribe to the channel. I have lots more useful insights to share. And if you found it really useful, consider hitting the like button, which helps this video to reach more people like you that are looking for advice on becoming a better manager. Bye. See you soon.